Welcome to ARW. I'm Harold, and today we're going to do a review on a Vevor tubing bender. That's this guy right here, and they've given me a nice instruction book. In fact, it's one of the most complicated instruction books I've had. So I should be able to do this without making any mistakes. This bends 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, and 1/2 inch tubing. What I've got is 1/2 inch tubing today, and what you've got is you've got this little bar here. The tubing goes under it to hold it. You've got this knob, which is plastic on one end here, on the end. I'm not sure that I feel that's real durable, but anyway, that's what they got. They've got a knob, a plastic knob with a steel thread. This thing has 3 positions: 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2. I've got it set in the 1/2 inch position right now, and they're marked so you can tell where you're at. All right. And of course, like all tubing benders, it turns like so. Right. Now let's take a look at the manual. Besides the usual safety messages and such, you've got instructions here for how to mark it, for the length you need before the bend and after the bend. You do a left hand bend or a right hand bend. Now if you're out on the end of it, a dumb old guy like me would say, well, if you want a right hand bend, it's that way. If you want a left hand bend, you just turn it around. But suppose it's the second bend you make, then it begins to matter. And the third bend on the same tube, then it really starts to matter where you bend it at. Okay, I once set up a bunch of tubing on a tubing bender at the bomb loader plant that I worked at, and it makes a difference where the radius is at. Trust me, I had to write it all down on the chart and all that kind of thing. All right, so this book gives you all the instructions you need. It shows you how to set it for different diameters, how to start off with each diameter, how to bend to the 180-degree mark or wherever you want. It's got a graduation on this little wheel here for different degrees. If you don't want 180, you can get 90 or 45 or whatever. And this page here is showing you the difference in bends and the radiuses. And then to make it easy for you, to make it really totally easy, they've got some tables like this one right here. Hard to put, like this table. There's several tables like this that tell you how far that you need to come from the beginning of your bend over to put it in the bender. So we're going to do that. This is pretty handy, having these calculations already done for you. You know, you can do left or right or whatever you want to do. So I've already marked a piece of 1/2 inch tubing to make a left hand bend, and we'll just take a look at how it happens. Okay, now when they say 1/2 inch tubing, they're talking about the outside diameter, not the inside diameter, because you can't put a 1/2 inch ID tubing in this bender. Alright, now here we've got it set up to bend the tubing. I've got a mark that's lined up with a 0 here, and we're going to bend this little sucker around to 90 degrees, and that part works pretty good because let me look around here, see where I'm at. Almost there. There. If a feeble old geezer like me can operate the bender, then obviously it'll do the bending. And here's our bend. Looks pretty good to me. Like I said, an old redneck like me, if I'd turn it, that's a left hand bend, that's a right hand bend, or vice versa. And it didn't have very tiny little bit of collapsing there, practically none. So it bends stuff. For even smaller pieces, it'd be even easier to bend. The plastic I'm not fond of, but you can get knobs like that all steel lots of places if it ever breaks. Whatever sizes they are, like I say, it'll bend the stuff, and that's what you want. It's a tubing bender. It'll bend 3/8 down for two sizes, and this is what you want. And it's got a very good instruction manual to tell you how to set it up to make the radius in the right spot. What did I do with my tubing? Oh, you can see the radius starts here, and I've got the distance left over that they recommended. All right, so I would say I would buy this. Like I say, it'll bend tubing. If that's what you want, it'll do the job.